don't know who your dragon god is. That is, of course, understandable because sometimes we are years inside of the dragon's path and yet we still don't know the god that is closest to us. And sometimes we even make mistakes, thinking that it's a god, a dragon god, and on the other hand, you feel the other dragon god much more. So you can make mistakes inside of the dragon's path, of course. Nobody's saying to you how it goes, and every path is different. So if you are mistaking who your dragon god is, so it's not a shame, of course. But yeah, it's difficult to understand who your dragon god is. Oh, who is the closest to you? Who is actually fueling the fire inside of your spirit? Who is responsible of the birth of the dragon inside of your spirit? Who is responsible of your dragon eye? Now, that is sometimes, it takes years to understand who that is, who the dragon god is that is actually the closest to you. But in the meantime, you might understand that there is already a dragon god that is with all of us. I understood this once I met other people from the dragon's path. I always felt his presence, and that is the reason why I called him Father of all dragons, because every time when I see or feel or meet or speak another one from the dragon's path, I always feel his presence all the time, even though they don't even know it themselves. And I am not the one that says, hey, actually, there is a dragon god by your side. No, that I don't. I'm not the one actually that needs to say it, because that is what you need to feel yourself. But the thing is, this is actually, I'm talking about Leviathan. Leviathan, that is the dark half of God. And make no mistake, he is dark, but he's not evil. Don't mix these two up, because not evil. He's dark, but all for good reasons, to make you see the light. He is a guide and a guardian, and he is also a shapeshifter, and he will do everything by your side to take the correct decisions. And he will let you see the void, his void, and he will let you see his all kinds of tests that you can have on Leviathan's side. Because every time and every single time someone is on the dragon's path, you are on the side of him, of Leviathan. And sometimes he even feels like not a father but a mother. It really depends on how your path is going. Leviathan is a mystery in itself. Leviathan can split himself into 1,000 pieces to be everywhere at once, because time works differently where he is. So he can separate himself so many times, because and that is what Christians actually don't want to see. He is God. He is the creator. Even in the Bible it said that he separated himself from dark and light, that the dark side is being called Leviathan, creator of all things, and even destroyer of all things as well. And he was the image of a dragon. And that is something striking to me, because I can feel his presence with every one of us, even if we don't even know it. And that is what Leviathan isn't searching for, to this recognition immediately. He actually wants to see a bit more of you. He's a very, very curious God. He wants to know much more about you and how you are handling things inside of your path, but also inside of your life. Very interesting for him to know who you are, with a dragon spirit inside of you. Actually, I have met Leviathan after I had Tiamat, this encounter with Tiamat, but actually he was always there ever since your birth. Ever since your birth, he was always there, not going away from your side. And that is why I think it's actually a good idea to just focus on him. Maybe you can feel him as well, or her. Doesn't matter. It depends how you feel him or her, of course. But I call him Father of all dragons because to me he feels very much like a man, but a very strict parent, a very strict one. Once I discovered my dragon's path, there was always a dark tone to it, always. Not because of Tiamat, even Tiamat has darkness, but didn't show it to me. But Leviathan showed it very much. He was like the parent that punished, and then after a while you know what you did wrong. That is how he feels like. And that is why I think it's very interesting to just focus yourself on him, on Leviathan. A lot of people fear him simply because of this punishment sometimes. And this is not a punishment of pain. This is not a punishment of standing in a corner. No, this is visualization. This is seeing things, going inside of the void to let you see what you did wrong and things like this. But it's all so in order so that you can be allowed inside of the dragon realm, inside of the gate that he literally is. He is the gate. That is also a gate that is by your side. Leviathan is the gate. So, and he's also searching for this so that you would be welcome inside of the dragon's gate. Make no mistake, this darkness that he sometimes shows, it is sometimes to learn that you are welcome inside of the gate that he literally is. He is a guardian of it, and he is it itself. And you are belonging there. That is why Leviathan is, it seems like this, with every one of us, even though you didn't even recognize him. You didn't even feel him, and that is okay. You can be there and just say, I never felt him. That is because Leviathan doesn't try to. It doesn't try to let you feeling him. But I felt Tiamat first, and I felt this divine energy. And because I already felt it before, because Tiamat came to me, I had this, this opening to be vulnerable for divine energy, for God-like energy. And that is why I discovered Leviathan. He didn't actually was seeking for me. He didn't actually was visiting me, but I was the one that had a little light bolt on my head, like, what is that? And I said, wow, that feels so powerful and so dark at the same time, but also so connected. And after a while, I discovered Leviathan that was already all of these years he was there. And that is what I could feel with every single one of us. He is there. The dragon's gate is always by your side. And that is why I can say you can focus yourself on him, on Leviathan. And so that you can be more used to this divine energy. Maybe he is your main dragon god. Maybe he is. But he will always be on the side as another, on your side. He will always be on your side. Not to be your punisher or something like this, no. He is the dark half of God in itself, inside of the Bible even. But yet, for some reason, most of the Christians don't believe in dragons. Yet, it is simply there, and even God transformed in a sea dragon. A dragon of the sea, a guardian of the sea. And inside of the sea there are all kinds of gates to the void. That is why people were afraid of it, that it won't end, that you will go into hell. Well, they were not that far apart. But to you, Leviathan is actually the Father that is teaching you the way and how to fly inside of the dragon's gate, so that you will reach out for it. That is what Leviathan once. Leviathan is actually punishing sometimes, knowing that we are doing good, and that is what he also is very interested. He's very curious. He wants to know that we are actually being called welcome inside of the dragon's gates, wherever he is. So we are actually always walking around with a gate of the dragon, because he is the gate. And that is why I say, focus on him. Focus on this energy that he has. Focus on the divine energy, because he might be the reason why you can find your main dragon god. If you are having very much trouble to know who your dragon god is, then focus yourself on Leviathan.